found another advanced world just outside of Antarctica. They don't want us going there. Once you understand, there's more land beyond Antarctica.
Now, this might just all be a conspiracy, but what if the Earth had more than just 7 continents? And Antarctica was just a giant ice wall that kept us from seeing the rest of the continents. And what if there was a map that showed this? There are theories that these continents contain prehistoric animals, aliens, and advanced civilizations, and that the 7 continents that we are living in is actually a giant farm or business owned by a small handful of families that make up the filthy rich in the real world, or in the other continents that we don't know about.
You can't go there. You can't explore any of it.
That treaty was in effect from 1959. It can't even be questioned until the year 2041. The longest lasting treaty that all of the world signed on to at the same time and is still in place. Antarctica is the container of our world oceans. What is beyond Antarctica? Why is the government hiding Antarctica from us? Why is Antarctica completely off limits except for taking a tour of a little peninsula off of South America, which is nothing? There's about 100 different companies that you can spend a lot of money to go on a little guided tour of just that peninsula, but all of those companies are owned under one umbrella. They don't let anybody explore Antarctica.
The whole reason for this is because of more land. Because think.
I don't understand, how do you not believe in any conspiracy theories? I understand not all of them, not most of them, but you don't believe in any conspiracy theory? You just think the government's just batting 1,000 and telling us the whole truth? That's a strong stance to take. And again, as I said before, I don't like talking about politics on stage or off stage. I don't like talking about things I don't feel like I'm truly knowledgeable in. But I do know this. Our government is placed in charge of all of its people. I'm a father who's been placed in charge of just one son. And I lie to that all the time.
Did you know that there's something a little bit more nefarious about Beyonce's Dubai performance? The song is actually backmasked. And backmasking is when artists put subliminal messages in songs, only to be heard when they're played backwards. Check it out. After hearing Beyonce sing the devil's name 6 times, makes you wonder why she performed this song in this location at this point in time. There have been many theories regarding Beyonce Knoll in devil worship, Saturn worship, and riding the red horse of the apocalypse. So it only makes sense for Beyonce to be declaring Satan's name while rising out of the water like the great beast in Revelation. Just 3 days before the doomsday clock was released to us, and the elites told us that we were this close to the world ending. What do you think?
Let's just paint us in a quick little house. This is just a happy little house up here on the hill. Like that. There. Gives us a nice roof. Gotta have a roof to keep the water out. There we go. Something like that. Now when you do yours, maybe you want to have a house that's different. Maybe you don't want to have a house. Maybe you want to have a 2-story house. You can do that. Anything that you want to do. Painting gives one almost total freedom, at least on this piece of canvas. Brown and white, no pressure. Want this to be sort of an old raggedy house. There. As we mentioned earlier, doing stories and stuff. Maybe there's a trapper that lived here. He went down to the river one day to check his beaver trap. Maybe he fell in. Who knows? Now we can do a cabinectomy. In other words, just cut it off. Leave it the way we want it. Better have a door in our cabin. It's easier to get in and out if you got a door. It's hard climbing through the window sometimes. Take a little dark color, but then occasionally a few boards and stuff.
Well, what are you talking about? We gonna need a gun. What is there? Animals down there, or what is down there? What kind of gun do you need us to take? He said, an M16. And I said, why would we want to take an M16 down there? He said, you'll find out when you get there. I said, you can't give us any more information than that? He said, I don't know. I really don't know. And I felt that he was sincere there, that he didn't know. I said, well, who would we find out? Who would we talk to? So he said, well, the chief of security police. So I went to the chief of security police, who was at the time a major, and I asked the major, I said, you know, we want to go down to Urania. He said, I need to send some troops down there with you. I said, why? What's going on down there? He said, we really don't know. I said, you want to tell me in straight words what you're talking about? He said, he looked around the room. He said, let's go into the other room. So we went in the back room. It was like a supply room. He sat down, he looked down on the floor, and he kind of looked around. He said, there's aliens living in that mountain. I said, extraterrestrial aliens. Yep. I said, that's why the mountain opens. Shakes his head. I said, so what are we going to find when we go down there? He said, we only went down there once, and we never went back. So I said, you went down there, you climbed the mountain? He said, no. There's a tunnel. The old uranium mine is there, and there's a tunnel that leads the old mine shaft. We had built that, the test site built that for a testing area. They were going to test lasers in it. And when they got a certain point into the mountain, about a mile in, they realized there were visitors there. And this is what he's telling us. So we got out of there. So I said, the United States Air Force, the United States Army is pulling out of a place that you saying? Did you actually see him? He said, no, I never saw him. So I said, I want to go down there. So I got a couple agents, and there was a security detail of 12 to 15 of them, I believe, security police. And they were armed. I didn't take an M16. We didn't take it. We had them, but and I was trained in them, but I didn't take them. I had my handgun.
Plus you had the whole crew.
Yeah, plus those guys are going to protect us. At least I hope. We went down there, we walked in. I mean, we went in, and they had erected a huge vault door because of what they found inside. And there was combination locks and so forth, and it took some time for it to get the big vault door open. And the security guys go, there it is. I said, well, you guys going in with us? And they kind of looked at each other. There was a lieutenant that was a leader of them. If you insist. I said, have you been here before? He said, yeah. I said, have you seen anything? He shakes his head, yeah. I said, well, are they extraterrestrials? What do they look like? He said, they're pretty hideous looking. I said, did you shoot him? No, they never fired at us, and we never fired at them. We just got out of there. And this is all like a movie plot.
Right. No,
I'm saying, I'm looking at my age, and I don't believe any of it. I really seriously don't believe it.
Yeah,
I think there was, my thinking was, there's something else down there that they want to scare us away, form of disinformation that they were trying to pull on us.
Right, that's what I would think.
And I'm saying, you know what? I actually think you guys know what's there. Some kind of secret facility, training facility, or research facility, and you just don't want us to know about it. He said, no, sir. I'm telling you. I said, well, let's go. I'm going to see these aliens myself.
I start making one video a night devoted to what's